RC YouTube channel.
Okay, sir.
But later the students can also view that one.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then Mr. Lovraju, please take the session.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Please.
Okay, sir. So, very good evening to all. So, now this session start coastal aquaculture. So, DAQ 003 coastal aquaculture paper. So, in this session, discuss about hatcheries and mariculture and brackish water species biology, especially in finfishes biology. So, first of all, discuss about the hatcheries are divided into two categories. The first one is East Coast hatcheries, and second one is West Coast hatcheries. So, there are important major hatchery system in India. So, especially the East Coast hatchery like Hooghly Malta hatchery system, Mahanadi hatchery system, Godavari Krishna hatchery system, and Kaveri hatchery system. So these are the main east coast of hatchery systems, and west coast is Narmada and Tapati, Narmada hatchery system and Tapati hatchery system. So this is the west coast of hatchery system. So now briefly discuss about Hooghly Malta hatchery system. So this is the one of the hatchery system of east coast. East coast hatchery system. So the East Coast Hooghly Malta hatchery system. So especially this hatchery extend from the mouth of up to northern places. So like especially Harmanga and Gosba river, Ropa rain and certain other streams. So this approximate the total area of hatchery water of Sundarbans is 2,340 square kilometers. So it is termed as a positive hatchery of a positive hatchery. So the tidal influence is felt up to a distance of 290 kilometers from the sea face. So the salinity ranges are various positions, especially the range from 0.2 to up to 31.6 percentage. So these are the based on the different zones, and the productivity of species in that hatchery contain different varieties of species like mullet species, clupid fishes, catfishes, and perches, and ribbon fishes, and other kind of prawns. So like especially these uh, important types of fishes in Hooghly Malta hatchery. So and coming to next one is Mahanadi hatcheries. So the Mahanadi hatchery is in the Cuttack and Puri districts of state of Orissa, and it's drain into Bay of Bengal. So the tidal effects extend to about 42 kilometers from the mouth of the river. So the salinity of the Mahanadi hatchery ranges between 0 to 35 0 to 35 ppt, and high salinity is observed during the March to June. So the productivity of the hatchery is indicated with bulk occurrence of zooplanktons dominated by marine and brackish water copepods, followed by rotifers, molluscans, and polychaetes. So, among the phytoplanktons, diatoms are found to be the most common species of Mahanadi eachery. So, the yield of the eachery based on the commercial landing of especially in 550 tons to 800 tons. So, like clupides, mullets, prawns, and Ilsa ilicia and Sardinella species are the major varieties of fishes in Hijri Mahanadi. So, mullets represented by Miguel cephalus, Miguel Kenaceus, and other kind of species. At the same time, Latis calcarifer is also present in the species. So, coming to the next one is the Godavari and Krishna eachery. The Godavari and Krishna eachery. So, Godavari drain an area of 309 square kilometers in the Bay of Bengal in Andhra Pradesh. Bay of Bengal in Andhra Pradesh. So, the Gautami Godavari is also connected to the Kakinada Bay. Kakinada Bay, the tidal influence of Godavari extend up to 45 kilometers from the mouth. The salinity fluctuates from stress of 34% with the onset of southwest monsoon. So, in this river, in this Eacheri, Godavari, and Krishna, also having some different varieties of flora and fauna. So, like a especially the zooplankton species and phytoplankton species and other kind of fishes are present in the river Godavari and Krishna eachery. The production of species species are different varieties like especially in uh, either Penis indica species, Penis monodon, and Macrobrachium dobsoni, and Macrobrachium affinis, and mullets also reported from in this hatchery. And Miguel cephalus is also one of the important species of the Godavari and Krishna eachery. And coming to the next one is Kaveri eachery. So this Kaveri eachery is present in state of Tamil Nadu. So the river Kaveri is its deltonic region in Tamil Nadu divides into a northern branch, the Kolroon, and southern branch, the Kaveri proper. So there are a number of species of fishes confined to Kaveri. So, but the fishery of the eachery as such is very little. So this is the river Kaveri and Kaveri eachery. And coming to the next one is West Coast eacheries. So especially and Narmada and Tapati eacheries. So that is the major important eacheries of West Coast. So the important eacheries on the west coast of India are the India are of the rivers Narmada and Tapati. So the river Narmada drains into the Gulf of Company near Bronx. It is 20.8 kilometers wide the mouth. So Ilsa Elisa has been reported to the form of important fishery in the eachery. So and another west coast eachery is Jori and Mondovi. So these eacheries drained into the Arabian Sea through the Marmonga and Aguda Bay. So in the Jori, the tides are mixed semi mixed semi-type, diurnal shape. So the salinity values ranges from 13 to 40, 13 to 45 percentage. So the major phytoplanktons in this hatchery, so especially copepods and zooplanktons and other kind of species are present in the Jore and Mandovi West Coast hatchery. So this is the hatchery system of East Coast and West Coast. East Coast and West Coast. And coming to the next one is biology of cultivable pinfishes, especially in brackish water fishes. So especially first of all discuss about chonos. So chonos is commonly called as milkfish. The milkfish belongs to the family Chonidae. So body is torpedo shaped. So no scutes along the belly. So mouth is small without teeth. So dorsal pin origin midway with 13 to 17 pin rays. So anal pin close to caudal pin with 9 to 11 rays. So pectoral and pelvic pins with large axillary scales. So caudal pin deeply forked, lateral line present. So back olive green and sides are silvery color. So the body color is black olive green color and sides are silvery color. So distribution is chonos commonly distributed in Southeast Asian countries. So it occurs in Philippines, Indonesia, India, Taiwan, Thailand, Sri Lanka. So in India, it is widely distributed along the coast of Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Andaman and Nicobar islands. So the species are widely cultured through Southeast Asian and some extent in India. So adults are large in size, especially 1.5 meter per 1.5 kgs. So found in the open sea along the reefs. So milkfish tolerate uh, a wide range of salinity levels. So this is the major distribution of chonos and availability of fry. So milkfish fry is available from Visakhapatnam southwards on the east coast along the Kerala coast in the west during uh, Kerala coast in the west during April to June and October to December. So in Pulicat Lake, the fry are available during March to October near the lake mouth. The most important collection center is Pamban in Tamil Nadu during April to June. And next one is food and feeding habits of milkfish. In natural waters, fry feeds on copepods and diatoms. In hatchery, it was observed that the newly hatched larvae feed well on rotifers and water flies and brain shrimp. So brain shrimp is nothing but Artemia. So juveniles are detritus feeders. So feeding on the like bottom sediment consisting of microfauna. Hence the milkfish are called oligophagus feeders. So in the Philippines, in culture ponds, the main food of milkfish is lab. So lab mean a mixture of cyanobacteria, diatoms, and invertebrates. And milk milkfish are opportunistic generalist depending upon the items prevalent in the habitat. So milkfish readily accept artificial feeds also. And age and growth of milkfish. So based on the number of annual rings on the vertebrae, the length attained by milkfish are 748 or 822 and 886 in 4, 5 and 6 years respectively. The growth of fry is observed to be 0.5 mm per day. So while that juveniles is 7 to 8.7 mm per week. In this brackish water ponds in Kakinada, the fish grow to the 315, 45 and 7 10 mm in the first, second and third years respectively. So milkfish can attain a maximum size of 180 centimeters. So, based on the size, the organism body weight is approximately 20 kgs body weight. So, while the usual size of the sea ranges from 70 to 100 centimeters. So, this is the age and growth of the milkfish. And coming to the next one is, what about reproduction of milkfish? So sexes are separate. Mature females have extended abdomen. So in mature males the milk oozes by gently flushing the abdomen. The size at first maturity varies from place to place. In India, the size at first maturity is recorded to be 110 centimeters for males and 18 to 140 18 to 114 centimeters for females, while in Philippines it was reported as 75 centimeters for both the sexes. And reproduction of milkfish in natural water is not clearly understood. The fish has been successfully bred with or without hormonal treatment. So So this is the basic reproduction information of milkfish. And coming to the next one is fecundity of milkfish. So the milkfish females weighing 5 to 13 kgs produce 1 to 6 million eggs. So body weight is 5 to 13 kgs and fecundity is 1 to 6 million eggs. And spawning is milkfish spawns in the sea in clean and warm, shallow offshore waters, so over sand and reefs. Spawning probably occurs at a night and maybe lunar period. So eggs and larvae. So milkfish eggs or pelagic incubation of eggs varies from 20 to 35 hours at 26 to 30 degrees centigrade temperature and salinity 29 to 34. Salinity is 29 to 34. So in India, milkfish eggs were collected from the Ennore Echery, so near Chennai, and Crosade Islands in the Gulf of Mannar. So newly hatched larvae measure about 3.5 mm in total length. 3.5 mm in total length. So 3 days after hatching, the larvae starts feeding and the eyes are fully pigmented. The larvae migrated from from the spanning grounds into the inshore waters. They settle in the mangrove swamps and lagoons where they metamorphosis into the fry stage. They stay and grow into the juveniles in the mangrove environment. So that is a very important character of uh, larval stages. At this stage, the zooplankton feeding larvae become benthic feeding of juveniles. So this is the eggs and larvae of milkfish and life history of milkfish. The grey mullets belonging to the family Mugilidae, the life history of milkfish is a series of migrations. So adult milkfish spawn in the sea and the larvae migrate from the spawning grounds to the mangrove swamps and lagoons where they settle and grown juveniles. So both juveniles and subadults migrate back to the sea. The fate of milkfish adults when they reach sexually maturity, the sea and after their spanning is still to be investigated. So this is the important information of chonos. And coming to the another species is mullet. So grey mullet. So the grey mullet belongs to the family Mugilidae or important group of food fishes. So mullets are euryhaline and eurythermal. So these are capable of living under extreme environmental conditions. So they feed on the lower food chain and grow well in culture ponds. It has been possible to breed mullets under captivity. In view of the above qualities, mullets are most suitable candidate species for culture. So among the mullets, Miguelcephalus linnaeus, Liza macrolepis smith, the these are the some species. Next, characteristics of mullet. So body is rather stout, head broad and flattened on top. So fatty adipose tissue covering most of eyes, posterior tip of upper jaw not curved down and hidden when mouth is closed. So pectoral fin short with an axillary scales. So color is olive green on back, silvery on sides. So there is a dark purple blotch at the base of pectoral fin. So next one is distribution. So the Mugilcephalus is distributed worldwide in temperate and tropical waters. In India, so Mugilcephalus is found in the Chilka Lake, so Mahanadi Eachery, Godavari Eachery, Pulicat Lake, and Mandapam waters and in waters in the major distribution of Mugilcephalus and food and feeding habits of mullet. So the stomach consists of sand, decaying organic matters, diatoms, dinoflagellates, foraminiferous, algae, and miscellaneous items like copepods and ctenoids, indicating that the species is oligophagous, sustaining mainly on decayed organic matter. So that is the major feeding habit of Miguelcephalus. So coming to the reproduction of Miguelcephalus. So mullets are heterosexual fishes. So extremely no discriminate characters are known to distinguish the sexes. So through mullet, grows a large sizes in lakes, coastal lagoons, and ponds. So spanning has generally not been observed in enclosed waters. So the gonads do not rip fully unless the fish migrates to the open sea for spanning. In Chilka Lake, the spanning migration of Mugilcephalus from the lake to the sea could not be re-established through the tagging experiments. Next, spawning season. The minimum size, the minimum size at first maturity has been found to be 300 mm for males and 360 mm for females. So in the Pulkat Lake. So each fish span only once and the spawning season is found to be from September to February with peak during October to December in the above system. Next, fecundity of Mugilcephalus. The fecundity of the Mugilcephalus species from Pulkat Lake is estimated to range from 4.34 to 47.17 lakhs eggs. So the fecundity rate estimated from 4.34 lakhs to 47.17 lakhs eggs. In Chilka Lake, fecundity of species is estimated range from 27.72 to 72 to 49.54 lakhs eggs. So that is the Chilka Lake and Pulicat Lake based on the fecundity value of Mugilcephalus and larval development. So control breeding of Mugilcephalus has been successfully accumulated through hormone administration. So mullet eggs are spherical and transparent, and one uh, oil globule is found. So under laboratory conditions, the eggs of Mugilcephalus hatch out within 36 to 44 hours at the temperature of 22 to 23 degrees of centigrade, and salinity ranges in between 30 to 33 ppt. So the larvae reach 2.5 mm in size 2 days attain a size of 17.69 mm in 42 days. So generally the larvae are fed with a variety of phytoplanktons such as Bronchionus species and Artemia nauplii. So the larva rearing two critical periods are one commonly at the time of formation of opening of the mouth, and the second one during 8th to 12th days. So the larva after crossing these critical conditions, that is beyond 13th to 14th day, so become hardy and grow rapidly. So that is the development of Mugilcephalus. And coming to the next one is age and growth of Mugilcephalus. So the estimate of age vary from place to place. In Pulicat Lake, the length attained by the fish at 1, 2, 3 and 14 1, 2, 3 and 4 years are reported to 223, 321, 488 and 503 mm respectively. So that's mean the first year is 223, second year is 321, third year is 418 and fourth year is 503 mm size in respectively. In Chilka Lake, the fish is estimated to reach the size of 300, 420, and 620 mm in first year, second year, and third years respectively. So whereas the Mahanadi eachery is the estimate length where 187, 257, 324, and 431 and 520 mm in the first 5 years. That means the first year is 187, second year is 257, and third year is 324, and fourth year is 431, and the last fifth year is 520 mm in size. So that is the age and growth of megalcephalus. So this one is commonly called grey mullet. And coming to the another one is pearl spot is a one of the brackish water species. So scientifically called Eutrophilus soratensis. Eutrophilus soratensis. So distribution of pearl spot. Distribution of pearl spot. So the body is elevated, laterally compressed and small mouth. A single dorsal fin with 18 to 19 spines. The spiniest part is much larger than the soft part. The anal fin has 12 to 13 spines. And scales are ctenoid type of scales. The lateral line is interputed and thereafter continues a small open fourth. So on each side, color is light green with 8 vertical bands. So most of the scales above the lateral line have a fairly white spot, while some irregular back spots over the abdomen are also present. So pectoral fins are yellowish with a black side. And distribution of pearl spot. So the pearl spot species are important fish for family Chinchillidae and is distributed in India, so Sri Lanka and Pakistan. In India, it is available in estuaries, creeks, lagoons, backwaters, and tanks, and peninsular in India. So it is considered as a um, delicacy in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. It is food in West Bengal, Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu states. Next, coming to the food and feeding habits of pearl spot. The larvae and fingerlings of pearl spot is feed on diatoms, protozoans, and cladocerans. The early juveniles feed on aquatic insect larvae, so filamentous algae and other plant materials, in addition to diatoms and zooplanktons. Fish of 25 to 64 mm size prepare filamentous algae. So diatoms higher aquatic plants in addition to copepods, cladocerans, rotifers, insects larvae, and detritus species. fish of the body size is 145 to 254 mm in size. So maturity of parallel spot. Sexual maturity is attained within a year, generally at length around 125 to 180 mm. 125 to 180 mm. And sex determination of this species is heterosexual species. So identification of sexes can be done during breeding season. So by the shape of the papilla, like projection in front of the genital aperture. So the projection is larger and broader in females than males. So during the breeding season, it becomes oval and swollen with the tip blunt in females and pointed in males. Next, spanning. Pearl spot breeds almost throughout the year. Almost throughout the year. In Madras region, breeding is reported throughout the year, while peaks in November to February. In Kerala backwaters, two peak breeding seasons are reported, and during the February to May is one of the breeding season, and another during is October to November. In Chilka Lake also constitutional breeding is reported throughout the year with two peaks on the two peak breeding seasons. So the first one is during December to February and another one is during April to May. So in Malabar coast is reported that the fish breed from May to June and again during May to June and again during November to February. So that is the major spawning seasons of pearl spot species. And fecundity. So fecundity is low fecundity ranging from 500 to 6,000 eggs depending upon the size of the fish. So this is very less amount of fecundity rate of pearl spot. So next breeding behavior. So the breeding behavior involve courtship, pairing, net making, and parental care. So this is the major important characters of pearl spot. So like a courtship, pairing, net making, and parental care. So that is the major important characters of pearl spot species. So pairing formation. So the fish form several groups and courtship commence between some members of the groups and pairs are formed. So nesting behavior. So the process involves selection of nesting material and preparation of the nest and laying eggs and nesting materials. So in nature, pearl spot spawns on object which are hardened textile to facilitate attachment of eggs. So if the site is devoid of vegetation, stones, branches of wood, coconut husk, and mud drips of coconut leaves which are submerged in the water are preferred. So net making after completion of the pair formation. So pair bonded fish search for suitable object to the lay the eggs. So the fish make a breeding pit, a cup-like excavation in the ground. So by digging the mud out with the mouth. So that is the nest making characters. Next, spanning act. The female lies flat in the breeding pit and generally moves from the one side to another attaching the ova one by one is a single layer with the help of ovi posterior. So the male release the milk over the eggs and fertilize them. So parental care. So the species exhibit parental care of eggs and the larvae by the mother as in the case of tilapia. So this is characteristic features of Cicilidae. So that is female fish broods over the fertilized eggs forming uh, it with pectoral fins. So similarly, the newly hatched larvae are picked up by the mother. So in her mouth, transferred to pits. So the larvae are cared for till the absorption of yolk sac and the pectoral fins become functional. And finally, last one is larval development. So the eggs are oblong in shape, 1 to 2 mm in diameter, attached to one and by means of a short stalk to the nesting object. So in incubation period lasts from 80 to 100 hours. The larval stages lasts from 7 days from the day of hatching, and the larvae finally assume the adults from the within a month. And age and growth of pearl spot. So in Chilka Lake, the fish attain attain so 100 so sorry 105, 175, 245 and 265 mm in first year, second year, third year, fourth year. So that's mean in first year 105 mm and second year 175 mm and third year 245 mm and fourth year 265 mm. And the large the maximum length of this species is 305 mm. In ponds with abundant algal growth, the fish grow to 210, 300, 410 and 440 mm respectively in the first 5 years. So that's mean first year is 210 mm in size, second year mean 300 mm and third year mean 410. Sorry, first year 210, second year 300, third year 410 and fourth year 440. So and fifth year nearly 500. So this is the growth rate of pearl spot. So this is the major important characters of pearl spot. And coming to the another one is sea bass. So scientifically called as Lattice calcarifer. So commonly called as sea bass, scientifically called as Lattice calcarifer. So the sea bass belongs to the family Enteropomidae. So body elongated and moderated, compressed with a deeply caudal peduncle. So head is pointed. So operculum with a small spine scattered above. So become convex in front of dorsal fin. Operculum with a small spine scattered above become convex in front of dorsal fin. So teeth is vermiform type of teeth and dorsal